Hi there. A few months ago I made a video showing my first take on making a extension, or if you want to call it a tactical bolt option, kind of the econo version of it. So here's the standard Tikka bolt with the teardrop look to it, a profile, and then a nice slotted hole there. The idea of what I've been doing basically is taking a bolt, some nuts, stacking them in there, and then basically sliding that in, and then using heat shrinkable tape. There's various gauges. I find this particular one I got from Lordco here in Canada, 3/4 inch. This has it's fairly thick gauge, and works pretty good. There are some thinner that I probably wouldn't use myself, if you can find this. So here's what is finished. I'm basically ready to install this. So I took the threading, I ground off with the grinder and on the bolt, and that allows it to just nicely slide in. I also, with this particular one, drilled out the nut. I used a fairly large drill bit, and you can see I've drilled off the threading in there. The idea was to create a cup so that it would cup the teardrop and insert further into it. My second version, which is basically this without that drilled out part, you can see here, it forced it to be further out there. It's not bad, but it's just, probably 1/8 of an inch further out. And this works great. I really love this particular one. This is on my 7 rem Tikka, which is mounted on a MDT chassis system out of Chilliwack, BC, Canada. And then my original first one is on a Cadex, which comes out of Canada as well, but on the other side, Quebec. Both chassis systems I find actually work really good. I'm quite pleased with them for moving my Tikka from, kind of that less than an inch group, but now I've got, here's a few 100 yards with some loads, and eventually I shoot a handful of these as well. It's a 3-shot group at 100 yards, and then eventually been doing a few 500-yard shots, and it's about a 1-inch group, 3-shot at 500 yards. So I can't say enough about the chassis systems. Both of these perform very well. And so here's the third one. So I'm just getting ready for this. It's basically ready to go, and the next step will then be I did grind the end off. This was the bolt. I hacksawed the end off of it, and then just using the grinder smooth that out. So it fits in really nice, and the final process will be sliding the heat shrinkable tape over top of that through, pick how far in you want to go. I'd suggest getting a good grip over the handle here, and then I leave it probably a 1/2 inch or so, and cut this off with scissors before I start shrinking it. And then as it shrinks down, it'll probably come down around here, but down to about a 1/4 inch, and that's as far as it'll go, or just slightly larger. So then I snip it off with scissors while it's still hot, and then quickly just take my finger and kind of mush it together. Do whatever you can to kind of press it down. In the end, this one I cut fairly close, so it left a bit of an open hole there. The nut end was showing, so I just painted it black. This second version, I just smushed it down, and it worked out okay. There's a bit of rippling there, but generally it worked well. And these are solid. I'm surprised how well it actually grips on, and you know, there's no wobble at all. Obviously, you want to get a good snug fit. So that's about it. Anyway, this is hopefully an improvement to my other original video. It gives a few other ideas of some options of how to do this. I know people have commented on my first video, and I appreciate some of the thoughts there, different ideas. I know close over 1,000 people at least have watched that one already, and I hope it helps some of you guys. So I'll post this one as well, and just keep improving the ideas there. And so yeah, give me your feedback, your thoughts, other improvements. Thanks again. Pass this along to your shooting buddies, and yeah, have yourself a good day. Cheers.